Chapter 955. Ian was getting more agitated when he saw Alex's beautiful wife, so he put on a sarcastic smirk and said, "Hey, Alex, I haven't seen you for years. You have changed a lot, man. You look so polished and shiny, a typical toy boy and moocher face." Then, he scanned Alex from head to toe, shook his head, and said in a mocking tone, "If only I knew how easy it was to be a live-in husband, I wouldn't have had to spend years working my ass off. Just look at me. After working so hard for years, ruining my health in the process, I've finally been promoted to a director position. It's so shameful to compare myself to the king of moochers like you." Ian deliberately teased Alex in such a cynical way because he wanted to boost his social status as well as discriminate against Alex. He couldn't help looking at the young and attractive Linda. Since he couldn't get his hands on Emma, the younger Linda with her tender skin and flawless face was the second best choice. When they were in the orphanage, why didn't he notice that this little girl could turn out to be so beautiful? He would have had his way with her back then. At this moment, the guys behind Ian smirked sarcastically when they heard Ian mocking Alex. They didn't say anything, but the disdain in their eyes was as clear as crystal. As for Alex, he stood in place, his expression as calm as the lake. Emma, on the other hand, was annoyed, and said coldly, "Mister, can you watch your tongue, please? My husband didn't provoke or mock you. Why do you speak so rudely to him? Besides, what does it have to do with you whether my husband is a moocher or not, anyway? Does he mooch on you?" Ian's eyes widened in shock. He didn't expect such a comeback from Alex's beautiful wife. Life was so unfair. He was a hard-working and excellent man. Why couldn't he have such a perfect wife? Was it true what the saying suggested, marriage goes by contrast? He was feeling even more agitated and said with a sneer, "Sweetie, I'm not mocking your husband, I'm simply telling the truth. For a beauty like you to marry such a deadbeat loser, it's like putting new wine into old bottles. You're just an outsider. Whatever goes on between my husband and I is none of your business. You have no place to judge us." Ian gaped in bewilderment and shock. Emma was not only beautiful, but she loved and adored her husband so much. It made him very jealous. Linda was also annoyed and chided, "Hey, Ian, what do you mean? Did Alex bother you before? Why are you so rude to him? You never change, you are just as bad as you always were." Ian was infuriated by her remark. Why did Linda take Alex's side as well? What was so good about this loser anyway? Why were all the pretty ladies taking his side? It was still understandable for Emma to take Alex's side since she was his wife, but Linda was not related to him. Why did she behave like this too? The more Ian looked at Linda, the more he felt that the girl was a gem. She was tall and slender at the tender age of her early 20s, and her physique was impeccable. Moreover, her pouty face was so adorable and appealing, he wanted to pull her into his arms and kiss her. It would be great if he could get his hands on this cute girl.